now with reaction sports commentator and former NFL quarterback Boomer Esiason. Boomer, you are a hockey superfan, which I only just found out.
Yes.
But take us through the moment when you saw this team connect in that last 10 seconds when it looked like Canada was going to win and it all turned around.
So, Laura, I'm going to tell you that my son-in-law is a Canadian hockey player. He played 17 years for the Islanders, works for the Islanders now out here on Long Island. And so we're having a good time going back and forth between, the chirping and everything else. And this goes back for me all the way to 1980 when Herb Brooks took a bunch of college kids and beat the Red Army Soviet team that was supposedly unbeatable at that time. And he told those kids back in 1980, boys, it's not about the name on the back of your jersey. It's about what's printed on the front of it, and it's USA. That's why I haven't taken the sweatshirt off over the last 2 days. And those young men and those young women who represented our country in the toughest game, I believe, in the Winter Olympics because of the intensity of the competition, especially between the two rivals, the Canadians and the Americans, reflected the dignity, the respect that the game of hockey requires you to have in order to be successful. It's been 46 years since we won a gold medal, and this has been building. It's been close. They had a Four Nations tournament 2 years ago. Connor McDavid won it in overtime against Connor Hellebuck, the goalie who saved the game for the USA yesterday. I mean, this is just an amazing, amazing feeling. And I could feel it from Montauk all the way to L.A. and all the parties up in Canada. North America was all tied into this one game. And, one game winner take all, anything can happen. And anything did happen yesterday. And that's one of the reasons why the Americans were able to hang tough and win.
And you felt it as well with their honoring their fallen teammate. I felt like that was another of many driving forces, country, family. But Gaudreau was at the center of this as well. I bawled. I just bawled when his kids came out.
Yeah, if you don't understand the story of Johnny Gaudreau himself, he was nicknamed Johnny Hockey. He went to Boston College where my kids went. I watched him a lot. He was a smaller player. He didn't get picked the first time around, and then he finally made it onto the national stage, and he was picked for this team, and he was going to be on this team. And when he and his brother were killed in August of 2024. I mean, it was just a death blow to this entire organization of men and women, both sides of it, that were just completely brokenhearted over it. And I think it's part of their story, of course, and to see the Gaudreau family there, to see Johnny's mom and dad there, and also to have his brother Matthew remembered, and then to have those two kids in this photo. Every single person in America had to be crying at that moment. I mean, that was true patriotism, true pride, and true respect for your teammate who unfortunately was not there.
Now, Boomer, you're such a big hockey fan, so I'm curious. By the way, you don't have to be a commentator for the NFL. You could do commentary on the NHL, listening to Giselle. You could do all of it. But the Canadian coach was complaining today about the overtime rules in the Olympics. Sour grapes. He said, you take 4 players off the ice. Now hockey's not hockey anymore. There's a reason overtime and shootouts are in play. It's all TV driven to end games faster. Well,
I have to say, I have the ultimate respect for John Cooper. He's the coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's a terrific coach. He actually went to Hofstra and played lacrosse there, which is amazing. So he's got a great story. But they're under intense pressure, up there. Laura, if you took a look at the top 20 NHL players of all time, there's not one American in that list.
Yeah,
I think there's probably one.
Well, Gordie Howe. Wait, was Gordie Howe Canadian?
Yeah, Canadian, yes. So they have all these Canadians. And, the best American player is Patrick Kane. He's probably listed somewhere between 20 and 25, somewhere around there. So this is their sport. And the Soviets kind of took their sport. Well, the Soviets took it from them back in the 80s almost. And,
we took it back.
All of a sudden, yeah, now we finally took it back. And, these kids and the way that they reacted, the things that the Tkachuk brothers said, what Dylan Larkin said, of course, what Jack Hughes did and what he said. I'm a Ranger fan, and Jack Hughes plays for the Devils. And I want to hug that kid. You know what I mean? I want to hug that kid because he brought such joy and such pride to me. And I know my countrymen felt the same way. It's one of the reasons why I posted on X, thank you from a grateful nation, because we needed this, just like we got it from the women on Friday.
Oh, no, the women were unbelievable. Boomer, You think about how feminized men have become in, advertising and Hollywood. So this kid takes a stick to the face. He left chiclets on the ice. He didn't blink. He just kept going. Blood coming down. He's like, it's the greatest thing to be an American. I mean, this is what we want, okay? We want this, not the feminized culture that we're unfortunately force-fed on television and in film. I think that face and that smile, that is the U.S. Olympic iconic moment, no doubt about it.
Well, no question about it. I mean, that and what Jack Hughes did. And Jack Hughes, the expectations, he was a #1 overall draft pick by the New Jersey Devils, and he's been hurt and he's been out. He's not played all that well this year, but he was getting healthy for this particular run in the Olympics. And like I said, Laura, in the playoffs, they play 7-game series, and it is a grind. And you got to go through 4 of them to win the Stanley Cup. That's why they say it's the hardest championship to win. In a game like this, winner take all, it's like March Madness. This is why you have upsets in March Madness. The Canadians were significant favorites here. They should have been. The greatest thing about the complaining maybe about the 3-on-3 overtime hockey is that the Canadians had a 5-on-3 power play in the second period for 1 minute and 42 seconds, and they didn't score a power play.
Yeah,
and both the men and the women, basically were 100% on the penalty kill. So they were never scored upon by the opposing team's power play. And to be able to do that, that says volumes about the team that we're looking at right here.
And Boomer, very quickly, your son and hockey, tell us about it.
Well, my son did play hockey, but my son-in-law now works for the Islanders. My son Gunnar, of course, was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, but hockey kept him healthy through high school and in college. And he played until we had a breakthrough in a major drug therapy that has changed his life significantly. He's 34 years old now, has 2 kids, and his son's starting to play hockey this winter. So it's been great.
I love it. Another great health redemption story. Boomer, who would have known that Boomer Esiason is the next NHL commentator extraordinaire? Okay, you got it,
listen,
Boomer.
I love the sport. That's all I can tell you. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.